Welcome back, Royal Sussex Squad. Today, we are peeling back the layers on one of the most disgraceful and underhanded betrayals Prince Harry has ever faced, an outright hijacking of his beloved charity, Sentebale. Now, we all know how dedicated Harry is to this cause. He built Sentebale from the ground up, creating a foundation that helps children affected by HIV/AIDS in southern Africa. This was more than just another royal duty for him. This was his heart, his passion, his way of honoring his mother's legacy. And now, it's being ripped away from him. And who is at the center of this chaos? None other than Dr. Sophie Chandauka, a woman whose actions scream jealousy, power-hungry ambition, and a desire to diminish Harry and Meghan at any cost. We're going to break it all down today, how this betrayal unfolded, why Chandauka seems to have a personal vendetta against Meghan, and how this whole situation is part of a larger attack on the Sussexes. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and if you appreciate the truth being exposed, show your support with a super thanks. Now let's dive right in. Prince Harry, alongside Prince Seiso of Lesotho, founded Sentebale to support children who needed help the most. For years, the organization has done extraordinary work. Harry has poured his soul into this charity, ensuring it thrived and gained global recognition. And what has happened? The person who was supposed to be helping steer Sentebale forward, Dr. Chandauka, has effectively staged a hostile takeover, cutting Harry out of the very organization he built. Can you imagine the heartbreak? According to Harry's close friend Alex Rayner, Harry is devastated, beyond heartbroken, and completely in shock at the way this has played out. But it doesn't stop there. It's not just about power, it's about resentment. And let's be real, so much of this drama seems totem from jealousy toward Meghan. Rayner himself pointed out that Chandauka's hostility took root after last year's Sentebale polo match, where Meghan attended in full support of her husband. Meghan simply suggested Chandauka move slightly so that Harry and Meghan could present the trophy properly. A reasonable request, right? But apparently Chandauka saw this as some kind of personal attack, feeling upstaged because she was no longer the most prominent woman on the stage. And here's where things get even uglier. Chandauka has since pushed a false narrative that Meghan wasn't supposed to be there, that she gate-crashed the event. Seriously? Meghan, the wife of the founder of Sentebale, wasn't supposed to be there? The lies are just piling up. It's clear this wasn't just an innocent misunderstanding. This was an intentional move to create drama, to pit people against Meghan, and to paint her in a negative light. Then, in a desperate attempt to justify her actions, Chandauka started throwing blame around, even accusing Harry of losing a polo venue because of his Netflix crew. Now let's use common sense here. Any sponsor would be thrilled to have that level of exposure. Harry's global influence, combined with Netflix's reach, is an advertiser's dream. So why would a venue back out? This excuse doesn't hold water. If anything, it sounds like Sentebale's leadership made an administrative blunder and is now using Harry as a scapegoat. And let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. This isn't just about one charity, this is part of a calculated attack on Harry and Meghan. We've seen it time and time again, whether it's the British press twisting narratives, so-called experts spewing lies, or people in positions of power doing everything they can to undermine the Sussexes' efforts. This is just the latest chapter in an ongoing smear campaign, and the saddest part, it's the children in need who will suffer most if this continues. So what can we do? We stand up, we speak out, and we continue supporting Harry and Meghan in their mission. Sentebale was founded for a reason, and no amount of backstabbing is going to erase the incredible work that's been done. We cannot allow these petty and vindictive actions to overshadow the truth. Prince Harry's friend Alex Rayner spoke at length about Sentebale's hostile takeover. On Monday, I said that I would appreciate some additional on-the-record pushback from Prince Harry and Prince Seiso regarding this ongoing Sentebale situation. I understand the perspective of let Sophie Chandauka punch herself out and make wild defamatory comments on the record. I absolutely agree with that. But in my opinion, Harry and Seiso should make another joint statement of some kind. Instead, we have unnamed former trustees speaking to People magazine, we have Prince William's minions running around and smearing Harry, and now we have some random friend of Harry speaking to the Daily Mail's Alison Boshoff. At least the friend is named, which gives this more authenticity. These comments are from Alex Rayner, who claims to have spoken to Harry over the weekend. Rayner says Harry is happy to have him speak out. I can reveal that Alex Rayner, an old Etonian school friend of the prince who went to the North Pole with him in 2012 and has been in contact with him over the weekend, said that Prince Harry is shocked by the accusations made against him and grief-stricken at the way the saga has unfolded. H is very happy for me to speak for him about how he feels about this awful situation, said Rayner. He is just beyond heartbroken and flabbergasted that the charity he founded as a teenager has been taken hostage by the chair. A hostile takeover. It feels tantamount to a hostile takeover. He is so upset and hurt and wounded about the things that are being said about him. I think it's too early to tell whether he will just walk away now, or whether he might try and get it back. The way he feels is as if he has had one of his fingers cut off. He set up Sentebale with a school friend when the death of his mum was a fresh memory. At the moment, he is just in total shock about what is being said and the accusations being made. Rayner believes Chandauka is jealous of Meghan. Sensationally, Rayner adds that he believes some of the accusations from Sentebale chairwoman Dr. Sophie Chandauka may possibly spring from jealousy of Prince Harry's wife, Meghan. On stage during the trophy-giving ceremony, Meghan appeared to ask Sentebale's chairwoman to move away from Harry and instead to stand to one side on the Duchess's left, leaving the spotlight to the couple. On a now crowded stage, Dr. Chandauka was forced to duck inelegantly underneath the trophy to move out of the way, but Alex Rayner told me, it feels like Dr. Chandauka had her nose put out of joint because she was not the most important woman of color on the stage. There is an undercurrent of stink here because Meghan showed up and it is coming from her, Dr. Chandauka. Rayner on Chandauka's wild claims that Meghan forced her way into the polo match unannounced last year. The chair should never have let that narrative take hold, that Meghan had caused an issue. If that narrative did take hold, then I would argue it is down to the chair to put it right. They could have issued a statement and put a stop to it, but they did not. Why? Again, the whole thing smells. It feels planned, and I suspect that the whole thing could only have come from the chair herself. Any chair should have been delighted to have Meghan there. When you have both the Sussexes there, it doubles the reaction, the power of it, and yet here she, Dr. Chandauka, is refusing to get hold of a negative narrative which damages Meghan. It makes you wonder where it came from. Meghan was always expected to attend the polo match. As for the suggestion that Meghan effectively gate-crashed the event, Dr. Chandauka said she had not been expected to attend but then turned up with Serena Williams. Rayner said, it's Harry's charity polo match and Meghan is his wife. Of course she should have expected her there. On Chandauka's bizarre claims about Harry losing a polo venue because of his Netflix crew, if you are a sponsor then of course you would want the exposure from a Netflix documentary, so this whole story seems simply untrue. You cannot say that Harry's brand is of no consequence to the charity, it simply does not stack up. Yes, he has gone from being the great hope of the British royal family to being seen as a pariah, but he still attracts a lot of exposure. And with a TV crew in tow, what sponsor would not want the global exposure? This sounds like an excuse to cover up an administrative error at the charity. They lost the venue. In conclusion, let's not get blinded by "let's bash Harry" and by the idea that there were racial undertones in play. The situation is that she has failed to administrate her role. She was asked to step down, and she refused and took over the charity. I have no idea if Harry truly authorized Rayner to speak out, but Rayner did a pretty good job of it, taking it point by point, and saying much of the same things Sussex defenders were already saying, that Chandauka was likely part of this Meghan was rude at the trophy presentation storyline, that Chandauka is bizarrely jealous of Meghan and her friends, that Chandauka has executed a hostile takeover of Sentebale scandal. If you're as outraged as I am, make sure to drop a comment below. Let's get this conversation going. And if you want to help this channel keep exposing the truth, don't forget to hit that super thanks button. Your support makes a difference. Until next time, stay loud, stay proud, and stay Royal Sussex strong.